money from, you can buy it and sell it and shuffle it around. So we begin to figure out ways to monetize things that have not in the past been monetized. I think there's a concept that we have completely lost sight of as a country, and you talk about what else you can do. We used to have this notion of the common good, and that if there was, there's a balance between what's good for you and what's good for everybody. But what's interesting is if you look, like Richard Wilkinson's just come up with a book called The Spirit Level that talks about this beautifully, where the greater the disparity is between the wealthiest people and everybody else, this 99% that we talk about here, everybody suffers. The larger that disparity is, the worse everybody is. Healthcare problems are worse, violence is worse, mental illness is worse, levels of trust, child well-being, drug use, imprisonment rates. Everything suffers the greater that disparity. And so ways to kind of tamp that back down, I think, are to everybody's advantage. And this notion of the common good, education is a common good. Absolutely. You asked a question earlier about the role of education and all this. If everybody was better educated, the system would function better. It's as simple as that. Education is a common good. If everybody is healthy, the system functions better. Health is a common good. Your profit is not a common good. That's up to you. But I like to think that in some of these cases, now you were asking earlier about should we wave a magic wand and make all the student debt go away? I don't think that's feasible. It's a lovely idea. People have also said, what if we waved a magic wand and made everybody's mortgages go away? In 2008, no, you're laughing, but that was seriously suggested. And here's the thing, there's an awful lot of people for whom this was a perfectly legitimate transaction. You borrowed the money, you got something for the money, and then you're paying the money back. I'm not inclined to want to just automatically give everybody a free pass. I'm not sure I want to give the banks a free pass either, right? Fair is fair. I'm all about fair is fair. But I think Mike said this earlier, though. We don't necessarily, in this room, have to come up with solutions to all this. I'm not sure I'm educated enough to know what the blowback would be if we waved a magic wand and made all that. I do think it's a shame, though, that we've made it a source of profit to make you smart enough to participate in this country. I think that's a shame.
Thank you, Dr. Roble. Dr. Carr, this will be the last comment from the panel, and then we'll move right into the solution-making session.
As I think about the issues that face us, I think the comment by the British Prime Minister was Disraeli. If angels govern men, there'd be no problem. If men are angels, there'd be no problem. The problem is this, how to make men govern men. I use the word men generically. The issue is one of, if we abandon the free enterprise system, if we abandon capitalism, then we move to some system of planned centralized government. Small, larger, whatever the case may be. We have already discussed the fact that inequities existed. What, and this is a rhetorical question for you to think about in your groups, what will you do in a centralized system, or an increasingly centralized system, in the absence of free enterprise, to ensure that inequality is not institutionalized to an even greater degree than it currently is? If you look at the countries of England, if you look at the former Soviet Union, highly centralized educational opportunities are very, very unequal. The same thing is true for the rest of Europe. So what makes us believe, and this is a question, that if we abandon capitalism, if we abandon free enterprise and move to some system of government control and government regulation, there will be even more equality? I don't see it happening.
We'll go ahead and do one last one, Dr. Price-Berlin.
Okay. I think it's interesting the choice of words that Dr. Carr used in his statement there, because to me, part of the language that was used illustrates one of the fundamental problems of our current system and why it's not sustainable, and that is there are tons of inequalities that are built into the current structure. One of them is sexism. So when we talk about the law being created for men by men, where are the women? there's an absence of that, and so capitalism creates these kinds of unnatural divides. These inequalities exist, and that is one of the barriers that we have to get through in order to work together and create solutions.
Thank you.
Well, I just kind of wanted to address something as a member of Occupy St. Louis, and the lady out there had asked what we expect to get, what's our goal. I think the number one goal that all of us would agree on when we're out there is that we're going to be heard. All of the complaints are going to be heard, and we mean to make them stand up and notice us and start to make efforts to make change and come up with solutions. And that's where we start at. And after that, we will see where it goes.
Thank you. So now we're going to go ahead and move into the solution-making session. I apologize, just for the sake of time. What we're going to do is each of these tables will hold one subject. This table will be if you want to work on solutions towards bettering our American political system. So if you're interested in that, come towards this table. Who will be the facilitator for anybody? Okay, Jordan will be the facilitator, and then we'll find someone who will record the stuff. This table will be about American capitalism, frustrations, and how to make it more equal, or I mean, whatever you guys may feel it may be. This will be the table. Logan will be the facilitator. This table will be about the affordability and disparities within American education system. Nolan? Okay, Nolan will be the facilitator. So basically, you go to whichever table you'd like to discuss, and your main focus will be to create solutions that we can implement into our daily lives. So have at it. We'll reconvene about quarter till. Hope that, yeah.